Hey guys, this is Troublesome. I'm sorry I haven't made any videos in a while, but today I was watching a video on Albert Pike and his 3 world wars and how some people consider his letter a fraud. And I just want to point out that whether it was a fraud or not, Pike's letter appeared to the public in 1910. Claims made that Pike's letter is a fraud are diluted by the fact that the letter was discovered before the current war and before the Second World War. We understand the letter was first known of publicly in 1910. The fact that the events in this letter discovered in 1910 came to pass and are currently in the Third World War make any criticism of the letter as a fraud irrelevant, because it's so precise. It's like a blueprint of what's happened and what is happening right now. Well, let's go over what's happened and what's happening right now. But I'm just going to go over this briefly here. Following the Civil War, Mazzini planned to take over the world, designed a plan for the world conquest, and wrote it in a letter to Mazzini dated August 15, 1871. He said that these future world wars would prepare the world for the New World Order. And he says, Albert Pike's plan for Illuminati, as simple as it is, have proven effective. He required that communism, Nazism, political Zionism, and other international movements be organized and used to foment the 3 global wars and 3 major revolutions in order for people to accept this new world order without question. As you see down here, they'll be anxious for an ideal, a compass without direction, but without knowing where to render its adoration or point the finger. The First World War must be brought to must permit them to overthrow the power of the czars in Russia, making a country a fortress of atheistic communism used to destroy other governments and in order to weaken religions. That was the First World War. Accurate. Second World War, I'm going to highlight this right here real quick, must be fomented by taking advantage of these differences between fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that political Zionism is strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel and Palestine. Whether it was a fraud or not, this was released to the public in 1910, but it's very accurate, given the fact that they did not know that Israel would be created in Palestine. It wasn't created yet. And then another accurate portrayal of it is the whirlwind, the chaos in the Middle East. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences by the agents of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam and political Zionism mutually destroy each other, drawing the other nations in, more divided on this issue, constraining them to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion, which completely portrays what's going on today. And whether it was a fraud or not, they knew about this. It appeared in 1910. And I just wanted to point that out. then everywhere the citizens must be obliged to defend themselves against a world of minority revolutionaries. Basically saying there must be chaos in the Middle East and draw all these nations in to create the Third World War and fight one another. And the multitude delusion with Christianity, whose deistic plans will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, anxious for answers, like the New World Order, but without knowing where to render its adoration or who to blame. You always got to blame somebody. But this letter was dated August 15th, 1871. And whether you think that's a fraud or not, you see how accurate this is. It appeared to the public in 1910. And I just wanted to point that out. Well, I'm sorry I ain't been making many videos lately, but I need to wrap this video up. I hope this clears any confusion on that. Until next time, it's been troublesome. Peace.